It is officially spring, and that means more than just the simple changing of seasons. One thing everyone has in common is wanting some of that nice, warm weather.
Yeah, and the other thing we have in common is not wanting to dive into the spring cleaning. So, how about if we start slow with a few tips on staying organized by looking back to the spring of 2016 in today's Monday Memory.
So sometimes I would wonder if maybe my mom was Superwoman, because I'd always come home from school, the house would be perfectly neat and clean, and dinner would be on the table by 5 o'clock. Well, let's fast forward about 20 years, and let's just say it's not quite the case in my house right now. It seems like there's always clutter, and then I can maybe get dinner on the table by, 7:30 or so. But basically, the thing is, it doesn't have to be that complicated. I've come to learn that there are a few simple hacks that you can do in order to make sure that your house is clean, and you can use simple items that are just around your house already. So first step, have you ever looked and you just have a jumbled mess of cords, or maybe you can never find that phone charger? Well, here's a simple tip on what you can do in order to make sure that you don't lose that phone charger. If you have a binder clip laying around, find the large ones because they work best. All you have to do is just feed the charger right through the binder clip. And it will stay if you keep it up a little bit further if you have the, 6 chargers. For example, you can put it here on the side of a table and you clip it once you feed it through, and it'll stay right there where you need it, when you need it. So that's pretty simple there. You can do that with any chargers, maybe for your MP3 player or anything like that, and then they don't have to be in a coiled, bundled mess and you're afraid to reach in like it's a den of snakes or something. So the next step we've got, if you have a junk drawer like I do, you've got all kinds of pens, maybe they don't have caps, maybe they're, all over the place. Mason jars are a great tool. They don't just have to be made for, making pickles or jams anymore. You can use them instead of going to the store to get a jar for your pens and pencils. You can go ahead and just do this. You can put your scissors in there, anything you need. Put a little ribbon around it and it'll look nice. If you are like me and you've got a little one, mine is 3 years old, so that means we've got crayons everywhere. Most of them are not in a crayon box like this. So you can do the same thing with your crayons. You can just put them in there, maybe put a nice little lid on them, maybe have, different types of crayons in each one, or you can use one for colored pencils, one for markers, etc. So if you do have a box, then, you can just go ahead and put them in there. Next thing is matches. Now this is a fun one, not necessarily so much because, you don't have a matchbox laying around, but maybe you wanted it to look nice, have it sitting out by the fireplace or something. You can just put your matches in a mason jar, and then once you dump them in there, like so, maybe don't lose them while you're going, then you can put the lid on it. And you can even put sandpaper right in it. And you can use that once you take the match out, you can strike it right on the sandpaper. You don't have to keep this big red box laying around. If you have any mess in your purse, like I do, for example, the main culprit is receipts. I have them everywhere. I don't really know why I keep them. I always think it's important. So if you do know that you have papers or receipts or bills or anything that you need to hold on to, instead of just letting them clutter up your junk drawer or your purse, you can take a picture of them on your phone, or they have free scanner apps that you can use. So once you just take the picture, you scan it, you can just email it to yourself. You can save it in a file on your computer, so you have all those files nicely organized and they don't take up space in your home or in your purse. This is a fun trick here for your kitchen. If you have, like I do right now, I have a bowl where I keep oranges, bananas, fruits, things like that. But sometimes there's other things. You've got apples, you've got onions, you've got potatoes, things like that. You can get one of these magazine holders right here, and you can just put them right in this. Now, for the sake of this, I'm using apples. And once you have them all lined up like this, you can just print out a nice little sticker. On Pinterest, they have free designs, things like that you can get. You can just put the sticker on it. You can line them up in your pantry. So when you know, oh, I would like an apple, you can just pull it right out and you can just have an apple, instead of having those plastic grocery bags just sitting around. So speaking of plastic grocery bags, this is one thing I always have a plethora of, is these wipe containers that are empty, because every time you buy them, they give you a new one, and then plastic bags. I tend to keep them because I think there has to be something that's important with them. Sometimes I use them for trash cans, things like that. You can just take this empty wipe container and put the bag right in it. Not just one, I mean, you can stuff as many as you can in there. When you close it, you just open it up, reach in, and there you have it. A nice little organized way to keep your plastic bags. So we have that. Now back to the mason jars just for a minute. These, take the matches out for you. Now ladies, I know that I have a makeup bag, and as you can see, it's got makeup all over it. It's dirty, it's ugly. I hide it under the sink, you know, with all the things you don't want to see, like the sponges, things like that. But you can make your makeup look nice on the counter. You can use a mason jar again. You can use one for your brushes. You just put them right in there. Anything, you can put your mascara right in there. And you can do different ones. You can put your nail polishes right in one of these. And you can have them lined up right on your counter so that they're ready, easily accessible, and you don't have to have this ugly hidden makeup bag under the counter. So that's another really nice tip. And they also sell these mason jars in different colors. So I have some at home in purple, and I really like that because purple is my favorite color. So these are just a few simple organization tips that you can do using things that you already have around the home.
All right, do you feel a little better about tackling your junk drawer?
At home, yeah. A little concerned about some of our desks here at work, though.
I'll have you know that during March Madness last week, I actually cleaned out my desk drawer, one of them.
Oh.
Making progress.
Okay.